Ladies and gents, welcome back once again. All things covered with Patrick Peterson and Bryant McFadden. Another entertaining show for you all to enjoy. This episode, there's a lot to unpack, but let me give you a small tease, as I like to say. We will be recapping week 3 for the Pittsburgh Steelers preseason action against the Atlanta Falcons. Unfortunately, it's a very, very dark time in the NFL. Cut date. It is here. Big names getting cut, small names making the roster. And we will talk about that on this episode. And something new for you all to enjoy. Steelers Superlatives. Stay tuned. Yes, for our faithful followers, listeners, and viewers, it's about that time. Once again, Pat P, you know what time it is. We made the finalists for the People's Choice Podcast Awards. So we want to thank everyone that voted for us for the very first time to help us become a finalist for this award. But here's how you can continue to help us, right? If you voted for us the last round, check your email to see if you were selected to vote in the final stages and cast your vote for all things covered in the Best Black Hosted Podcast category. Thank you for the love and support. Pat P, number one, first and foremost, you made it through your 13th training camp, 13th preseason of action. You got out healthy, feeling good, looking good. Before we get into the week 3 recap for you, man, how you feeling? It's over. Album number 13 is getting ready to start officially.
Yes, sir, man. It feels good, man. Just seemed like a whole whirlwind that I just finished up my 13th training camp, but the body doesn't feel, in that way in any shape or form. So I'm very blessed to be in the position that I am in, and I'm looking forward to a big bang to this 13th season of my career.
No question. Big bang. It will start in a week or so against the San Francisco 49ers, and we will definitely get to the build up for that game. But before we do, let's recap what we just witnessed a week ago. The Atlanta Falcons hosting the Pittsburgh Steelers. I, for one, was there in person. That was like my first time really watching the game as a fan. You know what I mean? I was excited. Kids definitely was exciting. So excited about the opportunity as well. So my biggest observation from being there, number one, there were more Steeler fans in the Mercedes-Benz Dome than the Atlanta Falcons. It was a preseason game, but the dome was filled with terrible towels. So thank you for the support. I know Pat P and his teammates feel the same way. That right there made me feel welcoming. Just seeing that it was a home away from home type experience for the Pittsburgh Steelers with the fans. And that's what they do. That's what Steeler Nation do, Pat P. So you might as well get used to that. But outside of just seeing the fan participation, man, I understand the Atlanta Falcons did not play their starters on both sides of the football. The Pittsburgh Steelers did play their starters. But guess what? The starters from the Pittsburgh Steelers made the Atlanta Falcons backups look like backups easily. Start offensively, Kenny Pickett. If there were any awards in the National Football League for preseason play, Kenny Pickett would have his name in the conversation. Kenny Pickett did everything you would want your second-year quarterback to do, plus more throughout training camp, throughout preseason action. He looked more comfortable. He looked more fluid. He threw the ball with confidence, very, very accurate. And you can tell he has a command over the offense. Loving what I'm seeing. George Pickens, he's going to do numbers. That's it. And Pat P, correct me if I'm wrong, George Pickens might be one of the best 50-50 wide receivers that I've seen since probably DeAndre Hopkins and a guy who's not 6'4", 6'5", 220, 230. You know what I mean? Yeah. When you talk about 50-50 wide receivers that dominate in that element, they're bigger guys, bigger body guys. You know what I mean? George Pickens is not considered to be a bigger guy. He's long, lengthy, but he's not a big guy. But the way he wins the 50-50 battle is very, very impressive. Number 2, the offensive line, the Great Wall. We got to come up with a name for the offensive line. Pat P, I'm not going to try because you don't like my nickname giving ability. But, hey, that wall that they provided, Pickett fits. Pickett fits.
Pickett fits?
Fits like a fence. right?
Yeah, picket fence.
The fence of picket or picket fence. What you think?
That's better than the PMP law.
We're not. No. We're not talking about that's past. That's in our rear view.
Okay,
We're not bringing that up. I'm moving away from that. All right.
All right.
The
Yeah,
the fence of picket or picket fence. Which one you like?
I like the picket fence.
Picket fence.
Yeah.
Well, the guys that provided the fence for Kenny Pickett to stand behind did another great job, not just in pass pro, but run pro as well. Run blocking, did a great job. Jaylen Warren continues to display that burst. Deontay Johnson, I mean, just the smoothness in which he runs routes is a thing to see. Darnell Washington didn't really show up in the passing game, but if you watch him blocking,
yes, he's the sixth offensive lineman.
If you watch him blocking, man, dude can really pave the way for runners. So Najee was able to do some things as well. I'm liking what I'm seeing from the offense, man. I'm loving what I'm seeing. Calvin Austin, listen, I think he's going to provide a spark offensively, but Calvin Austin on the special team side as a returner, man. Yeah. And everybody saw how excited Mike T was on the sideline when he brought that punt back and gave the offense great field position. Pat P, you know, field position is a must. That can really set you up to do big things if you're able to set up great field position for the offense, or kicking wise, you're able to set up the defense with great field position as well. Let me transition to the defense. TJ Watt, midseason form. I mean, what he did is what he does, right? Everything about the defense, man, I'm a defender, so I might be biased in the defense, man. Listen, but there are a few guys I want to highlight, Pat P. Freaking Roberts.
Which one?
The linebacker, 52 from Miami.
Yeah, number 50.
50, I'm sorry. Ooh, he looking for action. Yeah. He won't smoke. And you kind of know he won't smoke because anytime your linebacker has a pit bull neck, like his neck is like a pit bull, you know he's sticking his head in the fan. He's sticking his face in the fan every given time. Like, Pat P, you've been playing the game of football for a long time. I played for a while as well. We never really had no pit bull neck like that. Like his traps in his neck, he got a pit bull neck. I don't know what type of collar size he is, but when you see him, you like, okay, he look like he looking for some smoke. He putting his face in that fan any given time.
No doubt about it. I love all of our linebackers. All of our linebackers fly sideline to sideline and are willing to put their face in that fan.
And Pat P, this is your first year being with the Pittsburgh Steelers, but if you know anything about the history of the Steelers defense, the linebackers got to be straight.
Yes. 100%.
Like mentally off, football wise. In football life, they got to be like little, like, this dude is a little weird right here. Like you got to be a little throw it off. That's just the history of our linebackers. And we got some linebackers that are really thrown off. Like for real. They looking for that smoke, and Roberts can go, Holcomb can go. I love Holcomb's uniform swag too. You know, I'm very high on the uniform. He got the dark visor, he got the hair hanging out, he got the proper cut on his jersey. Matter of fact, Pat P, I like your jersey cut. I like your jersey cut. Your jersey cut.
See,
Pat and the guy did a great job getting you together.
I got you, man.
Yeah, Pat P. I mean, not Pat P, but Pat in the equipment room did a great job in getting your jersey together. I'm liking it. But yeah, our defense, man, with Roberts, man, and Holcomb, and then you bring in that the microwave. See, growing up, I was a Laker fan growing up, Pat P. You was too young to remember this, but one of the big time rivalries for the Lakers at one point in time, even though they weren't in the same conference, was the Detroit Pistons. And the Detroit Pistons had a guy by the name of Vinnie Johnson, who his nickname was the microwave. You remember Vinnie?
Oh, yeah.
So Vinnie Johnson's nickname was the microwave because he heat up real quick. And heat up quick. As soon as he get in the game, he firing and he ready to go. He's already in a zone.
Right.
Juan Alexander is like the microwave for our defense. Soon he get in, you feel him. You feel him. So, man, 100%. Listen, it's the secondary, Levi. Levi is like the kid in class that makes good grade, but you don't know he makes good grades.
Right.
It's just like, bro, what you got on your test? Dang, how you did that? Right. Like you really didn't know he was really smart because he don't say a lot, but you're like, oh shoot, that's how Levi is as a football player. You really like he can play, and you watch him like, oh, He's a guy who's really good in your defense, but you really don't know he's that good. You know what I mean? Smooth.
Very smooth.
Micah Fitzpatrick, man, listen, man, this y'all stay healthy, Pat P. Y'all stay healthy. People gonna start paying attention to you guys and really start. People are already talking about it, and which I don't like right now. Don't talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers now because you ain't gave them no credit in the offseason. You said they were gonna finish last in the division. You said they was gonna miss the playoffs. You didn't say anything positive about the Pittsburgh Steelers. So don't change your sentiments about them now when you see what is happening in game action, even though in the preseason, because we don't have no room for you. The same people that was on the bandwagon in April and May and June gonna be the same people that's a part of the bandwagon when the final game in February for the Pittsburgh Steelers happened in Las Vegas. We ain't got no room for you. Point blank. That's how I feel, and that's what I'm sticking to. So, Pat P, man, you were there, man, and we text after the game, man. I know how you feel, but just share with our listeners and our viewers about how you feel about this current team that has been assembled there in Pittsburgh.
Man, like I've been saying and throughout OTAs, I really feel like we have talent at every level of our team, which is what you need to be able to. And I'm just not talking about like just any kind of talent. Like we have extraordinary talent on every level, and even some of the guys that's backing up the role players. Some of those guys even have extraordinary talents that can be able to have the defense not have a drop off. So I'm very excited to see what we was able to put on tape. Throughout those 3 weeks, those 3 games of preseason. And coach just does a great job of making sure that we don't get too high or too low, that we just stay even keel. We just make sure that we understand the goal and the objective to, what is the objective to get to the goal. And that's great week of preparation and going out there and executing the game plan. And that's what we've been doing. Like you said, nobody's been talking about us. We can care less. We just want to continue doing the things that we need to do, and that's coming to work with a positive attitude and ready to work each and every day.
And one thing I love about Pat P, man, and this team, you are part of the togetherness. I talked to Pat P on Wednesday, headed to the hotel, the guys hanging out. That's dope. That's how you create a championship-like atmosphere, hanging around each other when we're not in the huddle, when we're not on the field, when we just out and about, getting to know each other, establishing a sense of trust, and creating a relationship that you're not tolerating, that you actually want to be a part of. That is how you do it. I'm trying to tell you, Pat P. That's how you do it. That's how you do it, and keep doing what you're doing in good times and bad times. One thing I like about the teams that I was a part of, we used to get together, maybe twice a week, to say the least, right? We get together on wins and we get together on losses. But the thing I love, every time we got together on a loss, we would go in the room, we would vent. Everybody be talking about this person, not in a harmful way, but just getting it out. And then we leave it at the line. We leave it there. Man, you could have made that tackle. Well, heck, you could have got more pressure on the quarterback. Why you didn't get more pressure on the quarterback? Man, I tried. No, you didn't. Well, I tried to make the tackle. We used to have these back and forth, all fun and game, like family members, like siblings will argue. But then what? Bam. Next time, let's go make it better. Let's go make it right. So I'm right there with you. I'm excited. I hope our fans and our listeners are excited. San Francisco coming, but they don't know what they're walking into. Brock Purdy been looking pretty since he's been a starter. This is a different element here. You got some grown men with pit bull necks that just mad at the world for no reason. They want to fight, and they're ready to fight. And one thing, we got to add a new Mike Tomlinism to his, arsenal in regards to Tomlinism. The one thing I love about Mike Tomlin, they asked him about playing his starters week 3. Mike Tomlin, in a Mike Tomlin way, said, I believe it's hard to box without sparring.
Without sparring.
Hey, if you're a reporter, and there's nothing else I need to ask you. Like, and it's true. How can you box without sparring? Pat P, hear me? You feel me?
Hey, listen, that's why, man, I love it, man. I don't question nothing that coach has for the players, because he know the way. He's been to 2 Super Bowl well, actually, as a head coach, 2 Super Bowls.
2, yeah.
One, but he also been to one as an assistant down in Tampa Bay. So coach know what it looks like. You know what I mean? So I won't ever question, any decision that coach makes that he feels that's best for the team.
Hey, no question. I mean, the man has experience. He's a winner, and he's a leader of men. So let that man lead, and everybody else do what they've been called to do. But just remember, it's hard to box without sparring. Pat P, unfortunately, it's cut day. They're looking at the Steelers, and we will talk about this specifically in regards to some of the names that made it or did not make it. It's a tough day. And fortunately for you, you've always been him. For our older listeners and viewers that are tuning in, that's something the young kids are saying nowadays, like, I'm him. And when they say I'm him, meaning like you've been that guy, you've been that dude, you've been that special one. Our Pat P, he's been him since day one, so you've never been in position to feel like you're on the edge of getting cut, thankfully, because you took care of your business. But what is this day like as a teammate and a human being, knowing that there will be a lot of guys that won't make the team?
Man, this day is always tough because, like you said, doing OTAs, doing minicamp, we still found time to hang out with one another. Still went go-kart racing, went, to, if it was Top Golf, it was to dinner. We always found time throughout the week to really hang out, with one another and really get to know one another, and just to see, the apples fall off the tree day after day, and now this being the final cut day, it's always a sad day because you just remember the relationship and the talks that you had with the person that's not going to be with you anymore in April or in June, now in training camp, So, I always just when I have an opportunity to be around a bunch of young guys like I was this year, last year, and the year before, is always make sure that you're putting good tape out there, because we know this may not, especially if you're on the verge of not making it, we know that this is not your only job, opportunity. There's 31 other teams out there that's observing and watching these preseason, talking to scouts, talking to, whoever it is at your team that you're representing, to get more insight on you, to see if maybe you can be a part of their team. So you always want to make sure that you're being a pro and putting your best tape out there, because there's, especially during the preseason and OTAs and training camp, there's always job auditions. You may not know it, but you're on a job audition on the other side of the country. That you
no question.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So always put out good tape, because although you may got let go from this opportunity, there's 31 more opportunities out there for you to seize.
And one thing I like about this team for the Pittsburgh Steelers throughout training camp, throughout preseason, there were a lot of guys who got cut that are talented, that can play. Mm-hmm. It's just a lot of talent on the team.
It is, man.
It's a lot of talent, man. And that's a tough situation to be in.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
So much talent on every level.
Oh, no question, man. I can't recall, and I hope our faithful Steeler fans probably can help me. Hopefully they can help me. I can't recall a team being so deep at this point, where when you like, man, I hope we keep this guy. I hope we keep that guy. I know we can't, but I would love to keep that guy. There's a lot of that has really been, talked about in regards to leading up to this day. And we're here. And you talk about the corners, yourself, Joey Porter Jr., Levi Wallace, Pierre Sullivan. You're looking at am I missing anybody as far as cornerbacks?
No, I think that's it. Call him off.
Yeah. Because Riley made it as a safety.
Yeah.
I like Riley too. I like Riley.
Oh, you miss
Am I missing anybody?
Sullivan.
Yeah, I said Sullivan.
Okay. You got Sully, Joey Porter, Levi,
Pierre,
Jamie, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's it. That's all the corners.
How do you feel about the cornerback room, knowing these are the guys you're going to battle with?
I feel great about the cornerback room. I really do. And I believe every guy that made the team had an opportunity, to showcase why that they're on a 53-man roster, not only throughout OTAs, but in training camp and also throughout these last 3 preseason games, so I'm just very, very pleased to see, Joey make plays. Joey, growing up, getting some preseason action in the last 2 preseason games. Jamie, who is going to be a special team guy for us, but also can be a role player, if needed, if he needs to be thrown in the lineup. And the guy who's been in the system for 3 or 4 years. So he understands the scheme. He understands the position he needs to be in order to make plays. And Levi, like you talked about earlier, he's just that in the class that make all A's, and you really just don't know.
Yeah, you just like, I can't keep making all these good grades. He just does what he does in a good way. You just kind of not expecting it, you know what I mean? And that's just kudos to his work ethic and the way he's been about his business as a pro. One thing I like about Oman Khan, with this was his first official draft. All 6 healthy draft picks made it. Trice is on IR, but Joey Porter, Broderick Jones, Benton, Washington, Nick, Spencer, all made it. And all these guys can play. They can contribute right now. You know what I mean? So that's when you're cooking with gas. And for all my cookers out there, gas stoves are the best stoves to cook on.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying, Pat P?
Hey, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, gas stoves are the best stove to cook on. So when you hit on your draft, what you got for me?
Wolf.
Yes.
Wolf gas stove.
Yes, right? But when you hit on your draft picks and you didn't cut one, and it's safe to say Trice was healthy the way he was going, his direction, he would have made it. And Spencer Anderson, I love Spencer Anderson because of the versatility. He can play all 5 positions on the offensive line.
Yes.
So when you keep a guy like Spencer Anderson, you're kind of keeping 3 guys in one. He can play center, he can play guard, he can play tackle. So that's good. If we kept 2 punters, Harvin and Mann. Kendrick Green got traded. Now, the unique thing about Kendrick Green, what you got, Pat P?
That's what I was about to say. It was a battle between those 2. And that's why they cut him and got value for him.
That's the thing. Because Kendrick Green wasn't really going to make the team. We kind of saw that, weeks ago, right? They tried to get him involved as a fullback during Friday Night Lights, but it's safe to say he wasn't going to make the team. And knowing that, and you still got a value back for him in a draft pick, that's a win. And I understand you say, hey, it's a late round pick. It's a 7th rounder or a 6th rounder. But hey, last time I checked, Antonio Brown's a 6th rounder and Brock Purdy was a 7th rounder. Mic drop.
Yep.
I just did a mic drop. Yeah, so don't sit here and underestimate when you trade a player, you get a late round pick in return because you don't know who that pick could be and what they can turn into. Like I said, Antonio Brown, 6th rounder. Brock Purdy, 7th rounder. Zach Gentry got cut, talented, athletic, big tight end. But Hayward, the versatility. And I saw him playing running back last week against Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember Mike Tomlin used to tell us, the more you can do.
The more you can do.
Is he still saying that?
Oh, yeah.
The more you can do. Boy, you want to increase your value and leverage? Hey. Show us you can do more than one thing.
Listen, man.
And Hayward did that.
Man, Connor has been all over the field. Since I'm like, man, when I first got out, because I didn't know his name or know many people on the opposite side of the ball. I'm like, man, who is 83? I just seen him at tight end, at slot, at running back. Like, who is this guy?
That's what I said. I'm like, man, he got 83 at running back now. And he was trying to get off, too. It wasn't like he looked like he was out of place. He was comfortable.
Man, they said he did the same thing in college. They said that's what he did. He did the same thing what he's doing right now in the league in college. Running back, kind of slot, Travis Kelce type, flex out tight end. And
everywhere.
Tight end as well. He was everywhere.
He is our version of Deebo Samuel, but bigger.
Yep.
Just bigger. yeah, bigger. He's a football player that happens to have a position, but you can move him so many places on the football field. And I love that. I love that, Pat P. Listen, and our listeners and viewers, I hope you guys enjoyed our camp day reaction. Please hit us in our comment section if there's anything that we missed on or you guys would like to elaborate more about. We are always here to read your comments. We love them. We appreciate them. We're going to take a quick break, but we have something fun in store for you guys when we come back. Steeler Superlatives / Awards. I'm a co-host. I'm a game show host. And Pat P's going to reveal the game show award winners. So we're kind of going to kind of be like 2-1, to say the least. But it's fun. We got some big time questions for Pat P. Stay tuned because you will be smiling.
Let me get this straight. Your dad stole $10 million from the Russian mob.
Is that right?
Yeah.
You sound insane. What are we gonna do?
Look for the rest of the money.
I think the only way out of this is you leave town.
You're a cop.
Considering
You can't
the
think of other cop
circumstances,
things to
Joe.
do.
You are dead. Oh, hey. All of you.
This is not who we are. This is not our life.
There is
10 million problems.
Pat P, this is a fun part for our show before we let you go, before we let our listeners and our viewers go. We want to do something extremely fun and entertaining. With training camp being over, you got an opportunity to be around your new teammates, to learn the ins and outs about them on and off the football field. So we decided to come up with the Steelers Superlatives / Awards, right? For our listeners and our viewers. Like I said, after getting to know your teammates over the last few months, especially in Latrobe, it's time to hand out some awards. And we're not solely talking about football awards, right? We have 20 of them to hand out to celebrate Pat P rocking the number 20. Rapid fire right here. Here we go. Listeners and our viewers, let's see, can you guys kind of guess the names that Pat P will give us for his answers? Most likely to become an NFL coach one day.
Most likely to become I probably go Minka Fitzpatrick.
Good choice. Most likely to repeat a Tomlinism.
It's one of the rookies for sure, man. They had a great rookie show, by the way. It was amazing. I'll probably go with Broderick.
Oh, okay. Oh, hey, we might need to hear a few of his Tomlinisms that he loves to repeat. All right, best dressed.
You know, we've been in training camp, so a lot of guys been just in.
Yeah, you really ain't see people put on that sauce right. You got anything in store? Because I know sometimes, you want to be mellow, you'll be comfortable. Sometimes you want to put it on. So
preseason, I just go Lululemon or, like, as coaches call it, bowl sweats. But when the season rolled around, when all the cameras are out, just half the cameras was out during preseason. When all the cameras come out,
yeah, what you got?
That's when I pull it out.
Are you nominating yourself? Or are you putting your name as the answer? Because for our listeners and our viewers, Pat P is not like just an ordinary dresser. Pat P has a stylist. You feel me? Like, Pat P has a stylist who gets him all the newest Louis and the off-whites and everything like that. So they just lay it out there for him. He picks. So Pat P a big deal. He been him. So he got to be him off the field. So you got anything in store? Any like newest releases that the world really haven't seen yet? But Pat P caught wind of and he might put on?
Man, nothing really new have really came out. Yeah, I'm not really into the chrome heart. I think that's like the young kids trend. I won't say young kids, the young guys trend. That's not really my vibe. But I still got a little bit of everything. A little bit of off-white, some Christian, some Louis, got some Goyard, some Alexander McQueen, got some Givenchy. I got a little bit of everything, man. I'm just not solely, stuck on one design. If it looks good, I'm gonna wear it. So
no question.
Yeah, I got a couple new designers in my in the wardrobe makeup this year. So you have to wait and see, man. I think the vibe this year gonna be very, very not different, but it's gonna be, because I already got all my outfits. See, me, Mac. I'm a guy that, like, everything got to be lined up for me. So I already know what I'm wearing, what week, how I'm wearing it, everything. So I got a couple of hot looks that's going to be on the lookout this year, man. That I'm excited.
I like it.
It's going to be something different and new that I haven't really stepped into in my career. So it's going to be fun.
Next question then. You might be involved in this one. Best shoe game.
Mac, your guy loves some sneakers, man. I love some sneakers. But like I said, man, we've been in camp. And this is my first year being with the team. And I haven't really followed anyone. But I do love GP shoe game so far. He's been definitely rocking.
Who's that?
George.
Okay. He got that heat.
He's been rocking those baby napes that he's been talking about. And he's got almost every color of them too. So they pretty dope. I haven't seen them in a long, long time, but to see those in the locker room during training camp. it took me back in my days when Lil Wayne first started talking about Baby Nates, like in 2002.
I like it. Okay, class clown, the funniest player on the team.
Funniest player on the team. I probably have to go with James Pierre, JP, the cornerback. You know, he's always he's the life of the party. He finds a way to make guys laugh, you know, no matter how the moment or what situation that we're in. So I have to give that to JP.
Okay. Biggest prankster on the team. Who was that?
Biggest prankster. I don't know, because nobody really have done any pranks so far. But if I had to take just a stab in the dark, I probably have to go either Christian or Chris Boswell, because the specialists, they have so much time on their hands.
They have, them specialists, man. Yeah.
They got so much time on their hands to where they can think of cool ideas and what guy they want to, what guy they want to get and how they want to set them up. So either one of those guys I have to go with.
I agree with that, Pat P. It's usually the case with specialists because they just having fun throughout most of practice, so they have time to play around. Best bromance on the team. Which two dudes are always around each other?
I have to go probably. See, I'm gonna have to go with all three of them.
All the specialists.
Every time, no doubt about it. Every time you see one of them, you see the other two. You see Presley, you see Christian, and you're gonna see Boz everywhere. So I have to go with those three guys. They got a real unique relationship that you like to see in teammates. They're trying to find ways to not only get better, but find ways to win games in those and flip the field position in those clutch time situations. Because talking about flipping the field position, man, Presley had a very, very unique, conversation. It was just talking about, how important it was to him to make sure that the opposing offense, had to drive the length of the field in order to score on it. So it just goes to show that he feel just as important to the team as a quarterback does, because he understands how important field position is.
Okay, love it. Early bird, who is the one individual that he's always like the first guy in the building?
I got to go with Kenny.
As it should be.
Yeah.
That should be the only answer.
No doubt about it.
Should be the only answer. It better be the only answer. Better be. All right, I think I know where you're going with this. Fastest player on the team.
Calvin.
Who's second?
Second.
Who would you say would be second?
Who would I say would be second? That's on the 53-man roster. Man, I don't know what he ran in the 40, but like just being on the field with him, I don't know if it's more quickness than speed.
Mm-hmm.
But Deontay Johnson is pretty fast, man, to me.
Yeah, he's a smooth runner too.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the quickness. I don't know what it is, but it seemed like he has a pretty top-end speed as well. So I'll probably go with Deontay as far as like football speed. I ain't talking about no track.
Yeah, just football. Yeah, we're talking about football speed.
Football speed out there, being on the grass with those guys.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm trying to say, man, Ant-Man's fast too.
Okay. Got you. All right. Best note taker in meetings.
Best note taker, I probably will go with Levi Wallace, because I sit there right next to him, and he's very detailed. Yeah, he's very, very detailed in his notes, just like myself. Writing out pretty much every position, making sure that he understands, the entirety of the defense, just not his position.
Okay, that makes sense. It makes sense. He's always making good grades. Okay, who would you want to be on a deserted island with you if you had to get off?
Who would I want to be with on a deserted island? Man, probably my guy Levi.
Yeah.
Probably my guy Levi, because just because, when you get on the island, you want to have a cool head. You don't want to get too frustrated, because, you start draining your energy. And like you said, Is one of those smart guys. He's a guy that works hard, smarter, not harder. So, and I feel like we'll be able to put our two heads together to find a way to not only survive and get food, but to get off the island at some point.
Okay. Most likely to excel in another sport.
I'm gonna go Kenny Pickett on this one because
Which sport?
baseball.
Oh, Kenny Pickett play baseball?
Man, I saw we had this little home run derby.
Oh, he got the home run when he was the home run winner.
He went
really?
Drake back to back.
Oh, okay. Kenny Pickett got something on the diamond. We love it. We love it. I think I know where you're going with this. Best chef.
You talking to him?
Biggest eater.
They ain't even taste nobody else's food, but I know they ain't doing what Pat P doing.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. Who's the biggest eater
Biggest eater
on the team? Eats a lot.
Got to be one of the old linemen.
Yeah, it should be.
Or defensive lineman.
It should be.
Since he's young and he's probably still stuck in his college ways, and I haven't really been around office guys, but I'm gonna probably go with Broderick. Just because he's still new to the league, and you know how college, they pretty much put food in your face every hour of the day, and you pretty much have to eat every meal that they put in front of your face. So I'll probably go with Broderick just because he's probably still stuck on his college resume.
All right. Best dancer.
Best dancer. I haven't seen nobody pop, locking, and dropping it. Best dancer. You know I'm not a dancer.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to go probably with a receiver or somebody on the offensive side because I haven't really seen any guys dance. But Quan is a guy from Alabama. He also went to LSU while Odell was there. So I haven't.
Yeah, he might. Yeah, you might have thrown him in there. He might got a little sauce.
I haven't seen any of his moves. I don't know, Mac. That's a good one because this is my first year with the team. I haven't really seen anybody do any celebrations, dance celebrations or dance in practice for the most part. But I'm gonna throw this one in there.
What you got?
Yes, freestyler. I'll probably go with Trey Norwood.
He can go. Who got cut, by the way? But
I saw that. But Trey, Freestyle Fridays, man, we be going.
Is he from Texas? He went to Oklahoma.
Arkansas.
Okay, because a lot of them boys from Texas, boy, they can go. They can freestyle. Yeah. A lot of them boys from Texas. All right. Most likely to have the most creative touchdown celebration. Matter of fact, before you answer that question, can you remind George Pickens? He said on our show, all things during training camp, when he scored a touchdown, he's going to do his draft day meme. Now, he scored a touchdown against Tampa. I don't know if he's waiting to hold it for regular season, but remember, he gave us his word when he scored a touchdown, he was going to do his thing, whether he's just looking. All right? And we already would know what it is. Now, just remind him when he scored against San Francisco, George, you got to hit your meme when you get in the end zone. That's it.
George already knows it's up.
All right. But, most creative with a touchdown celebration. Who you think? Maybe Najee? Najee was a funny guy.
I'm probably going to say DJ. Deontay.
Okay.
Deontay, I'm sorry.
All right. Best option for an emergency quarterback.
Pat P.
I know you was going there. First to fall asleep on the plane. Who's the first guy you're taking on the plane they already knocked out?
I ain't gonna lie, Mac.
You?
Hello. Especially going. I'm up on the way back, but going, man. I be upset sometimes when the wheels wake me up because I like to be up before we land. And the wheels wake me up. I was like, ooh, that was some good sleep, man. I was knocked out, dead to the world.
Hey, me and you the total opposite. Boy, I used to be looking for a boo game. I'm not sleeping. Well, I'm sleeping. No, I got to boo me somebody. Or somebody gonna boo me. One or the other. Best storyteller.
Best storyteller. I'm gonna go with best storyteller. Can it be a coach too?
They can't throw a coach in there. Yeah.
I got to go with Coach MT, man. MT
Mike
got
Thomas.
no doubt about it. He got some of the best stories that I've ever heard, and just some of the stories that he was able to share with us. It's been remarkable, man. It's just awesome to see the journey that he's been on to get where he is now. You know what I mean? So I have to go with Coach MT.
All right, last question for you. Our 20th question. Best person to hand the aux cord to?
Man, my boy, like you say, he just got cut, Trey. Trey,
the aux cord
the
too.
rookie. And here's a surprise. My guy, the rookie, Nick. Man.
Oh, really? Herbig?
Man, because he's just like me. You know, I'm an old soul. I like to hear that Marvin Gaye every once in a while.
Okay.
Luther Vandross, Teddy Pendergrass. And man, I'll walk in because early in the morning, that's the only time that he's allowed to really have the ox because all the vets, nobody is pretty much in there. So
yeah,
and they're getting an early workout, and all the rookies pretty much getting their workout in early in the morning before practice. If I'm in there with those guys getting an early workout in, and I'll be hearing them play, I'm like, man, who on the ox with this, man? Who know about this?
Yeah,
he rock Osley Brothers, like he be
okay.
So, I have to go Trey and Nick.
Okay, got you. All right, great answers. I wonder if our listeners and our viewers kind of was right there with you with some of your answers. Like, did they go a different direction? Clearly, they don't know the players like you do, but just their opinion based on seeing the guys on camera, on the football field, you know, and just seeing their personality. Pat P, before I let you go, before we end this episode, football is here. Preseason is over. College football is here. We just saw Notre Dame take on Navy and Ireland last weekend. We saw some other ball games. SC took care of San Jose. It's a lot going on, but it officially starts this weekend, right? And the game of the week could be game of the year, could be game of the first half of the end of college football season. It happens in Orlando. FSU, where I went to school, versus LSU, where you went to school, my friend. My God. Last year, this is a do-over. This is a repeat. Last year, we went to 504. We kicked them in the mouth. We left, brought all the beignets back to us. If I win a game, I can say how I won the game, right?
No.
Is that not fair?
You paint the wrong picture. If this is on right now on where we at, what our podcast is being listened to? Apple and
Spotify and all of that.
You can't see. You telling the story wrong. Y'all ain't kick us in the mouth. Y'all won by what? 2 points, by 3 missed field goals. So y'all won.
Not 3 missed field goals. We blocked 2. We won. We found a way. I feel like if we win a game, I can say we kick y'all in the mouth. We won though, right? Did we not win? Is it fair to say we kick you in the mouth more than you kicked us in the mouth? Is that better?
No.
That's not better. No. Okay, we won.
Yes, you won.
We won last year. We brought all the beignets. We took all the beignets out of New Orleans, brought them back to.
Whose record ended up being better?
What do you mean? I think we had a better record. We was 10-2. What are you talking about?
We lost 2 games too. And we were the SEC champs.
We were 10-2. We lost the Wake Forest.
SEC West champs.
I'm sorry. We were 10-3, 11-3.
Okay.
Yeah, we won double digits, and we won our. We act like we wasn't really decent. We were decent. What are you talking about? Don't do that. Don't do that. That's not what
y'all win y'all division.
Listen. We beat y'all, right? FSU was 10-3. Oh, there we go. Since you want to bring it up, FSU was 10-3. LSU was 10-4.
Because that was a fluke. That's what I'm telling you.
Oh my goodness, I keep feeling all these excuses about why they keep losing ball games. What are you talking about? You're a player of the game. Pat, you've been a gamer your whole life. Either you win or you lose. That's it.
Yeah, we lost. We did lose. But what I'm saying, it was a fluke. The way that y'all won was fluky. It was very fluky.
Hey man, we wanted it bad.
If the roles were reversed, I guarantee
we made plays.
You would have been saying the same thing. And first of all, I got a bone to pick with the NCAA.
Here we go. He mad at NCAA now, just like PFF. What's going on?
How you suspend a player that was supposed to be suspended last year, but he tore his ACL, but now you want to suspend him the year that he's playing football.
Well, he wasn't able to play because he was injured, so you got to wait till he's healthy.
The thing is, Matt,
so he can fulfill his punishment.
The rule was broken last year. They didn't know he was going to tear his ACL.
Here we go. I feel an excuse coming already.
No, there ain't no excuse. We're going to win the ball game, but I'm just saying, like, how is that right?
I don't know. That's above my pay grade. But what's within my pay grade is to tell you that we're going to win and why we're going to win. And what our bet is going to be. For our listeners and our viewers who are big time college football fans, what number did we say? Did you say 40?
No, they don't come in 40s. It comes in 48, I think. So
a 48 case of tropical Sprite?
Yes, sir.
So if you get 48, I want a 48 case of Voss water.
Deal.
So basically, all I need from you, Pat P, when the clock strike, when it hits 0, 0, 0, 0, right? 4 zeros. Just go ahead and put that order in. I'll take some my address so you don't have, because I need, because I need to deliver it by like Tuesday. All right, Tuesday. Pat P, it's gonna be a good game. I will be there live. I will be there.
It's gonna be a great game, a lot of action. But my boy Jay Daniels in his second year in the offense, Mr. Kelly is bringing his boys down to the Panhandle,
Orlando, Central Florida, Orlando,
Central Florida.
Yeah,
be coming to God dog on me. Hey, I know the Florida State fans travel well, but we travel too, Cat.
Yeah, y'all do. That this ball game is between two schools with prestige and tradition, quality alum, quality fans. It's gonna be a great experience. But somebody got to win, and somebody got to lose.
100%.
And I like us. I love us. I love us. I love us. Our fans and our listeners, make sure you tune in Sunday night, Florida State, LSU. Chime in our comment section who you think will win. Pat P's being biased, but I feel like Pat P already is giving. He's gonna have it when we record next week in front of y'all. He's gonna have his excuse ready. Well, this happened, and the only reason that happened because
I don't have excuses, Matt. I don't have excuses. I just state the facts.
Okay,
that's all I do.
All right. Okay.
I don't have excuses. I just state the facts.
So I will receive 48 bottles of Voss water. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, them nose gonna be there, man. That thing gonna be chopping. Make sure you be sitting in front of the TV. I'm gonna be right there. Hey, Pat P, listen, I got a Marvin Jones throwback jersey.
Ooh.
It just might be too hot though, because it's gonna be outside, my guy.
What time the game?
The game ain't till 7, but I'm a for real fan. I was gonna be tailgating at 2:30.
Oh yeah, you can't wait. You just what you do is have your backpack. I
don't know if you can take.
No, if you're gonna be tailgating, you leave your backpack with your tailgating. Get you some man wipes. Get you some wipes. You're gonna probably be sweating.
Now somebody might steal my backpack, Pat P.
But you only gonna have your goods in there. Your jersey that you're gonna take off and switch in your man.
But when I switch on and put my jersey on, where am I leave my backpack at? Somebody might take it.
What? Say it again.
When I put my jersey on and go into the stadium, where I'm gonna leave my backpack? Because in some stadiums,
who you gonna be tailgating with? Who you tailgating?
I'm everywhere, man. I'm tailgate hopping, man.
And I'm sure there's somebody RV that on the alumni booster club. You say you tailgate.
They're gonna be liquored up. They're gonna be forgot about my bag. I come back, they're gonna be already.
But you the sober one. You the sober one. You gonna know exactly where you put your bag at, so you can go back to their RV right on campground. That's the name of the stadium, right? Campground stadium.
Yeah. I might need to do that. That Marvin Jones going to hit.
Hey man, you got to bring it out, dog. Get you a little.
Marvin Jones
stop by
hit.
CVS now. Get some man wipes.
Oh, no question. I got to stay together. Yeah, and my travel, you got to have your travel cologne when you're gonna be out like that. You feel me? Yes, sir. That's why you. That's why you my guy.
Travel cologne. If you really want like some really good travel cologne, it's this brand called Between Two Trees, and they only sell travel cologne. It comes in a nice little travel case, like a nice little iron gold, and it got like some nice graphics around, and they give you like 12 different scents, bro. Amazing. Between two trees.
Between two trees.
Yep.
Between two trees. Well, send me that. You know what? You can go when you send me my 48. You can just send me a travel of that too.
No. Won't do it. Not doing it.
What we talking? Hey, listeners and viewers, check this out. When y'all see us for next week, listen. We're not gonna really talk too much about the game because I know Pat P gonna have not a lot to say, but screw that. We're gonna talk a lot about the game. Hit us in that comment section. Give us a score prediction. Who you think gonna win? Who you think gonna win, and tell us why. Tell us why. Them Noahs gonna be in air, fired up in our state, home game basically, and we're gonna let the whole world know that we got something. We really have something. This ain't no facade. This is legit. And if you didn't think we kicked you in the mouth last year, we're gonna kick you in the mouth this year. We're gonna knock out all your fronts. See how you go back to New Orleans whispering. That's how you go back to Baton Rouge. Because you can't talk because we knock all your fronts out. That's what we're doing. In the words of Mike Tomlin, and I spoke to the guys last year in the hotel. I said,
there's no secret to success. And I know
I told him
they're successful. And just watch what we do. I'm a man.
It's a 5-star matchup because we're in it.
Very few words.
You know what, Pat? Well, listen, just be thankful. This will be the only loss you take in week 1 because y'all gonna beat San Francisco. But your college? All right, Pat P.
Hey man, I tell you what, they might need to put you in the booth to hype your team up because
you do a great job of doing that.
And they're gonna take they might take one of the fattest L's of the year.
Pat P. You know I get them fired up now. I get your blood boiling.
Fronts and missing your teeth.
Yeah.
We're gonna show you what a real kick your teeth in come Sunday.
All right. Hey, Pat P, when you come back home, I'm taking the Waffle House. All right?
No,
thank you.
Not going to Waffle House.
See you when we see you. Pat P going to Waffle House with me. We're going to get you a waffle. All right? Thank you.
Get the Waffle House, man.